SVP is mixing things up, and digital TV, it'll never be the same.
We're family. We're going with him for the love. SVP.
Download the SVP app today on Roku, Apple, and Fire TV. Watch us. You know why?
We're going with him for the love. SVP TV.
I'm JB Smiley Jr. I grew up singing this song in church. You may know it as well. While the melodies may differ, its message of peace, freedom, and justice for all people unites us as Tennesseans. I grew up in Memphis, in one of the poorest zip codes in the state. But my shot out was perfecting this shot and going to college on both an academic and basketball scholarship. Then I got a law degree to help give back, and I am proudly serving my community on the Memphis City Council. I decided to run for governor because right now there are too many shots fired, not enough shots given, and too few shots for our young people to reach their full potential. As governor, I will reduce crime by implementing a robust community policing program. I will encourage folks across this state to do right by each other. That means getting vaccinated. And I will make it a priority to give our young people a real shot at success. So today, I'm hoping you all will come and go with me. Let's go build a better Tennessee together.
Tune in to Talking Law with attorney Darrell O'Neal and the special guest host, attorney Jerome Payne. Live TV talk on your digital device, on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with attorney Darrell O'Neal on the SVP TV network.
Welcome to Talking Law with Darrell O'Neal. I'm your host. I got my main man with me, Jerome.
What's up, Darrell?
Hey, man, and today, oh my God, today we got my man, Ross Sampson.
Exciting.
So we're going to have some exciting conversations with the future criminal court 6th judge.
Yes.
What's that?
all right. So we need to say welcome to Facebook. Hey, you know Facebook, we're live. So if you got questions, numbers on the screen, 244-6874. We'll answer whatever questions you got, so feel free to call. You can see this thing on what? Roku, Fire Stick,
Yes.
Apple TV, and what's it? They got an app now,
Yes.
SVTV app.
That's right.
So you can see those on any one of those things.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, man. We need to talk to our audience. Welcome, California. Forgot about them.
Man, didn't know that, did you, bro?
I forgot about California.
Yes.
Welcome to
The
Little
West
Rock.
Coast, yeah.
Welcome to West Memphis, Arkansas. Welcome to Shelby County, Memphis. Welcome to Mississippi. And welcome, Mom, to the great state of Missouri. All right, y'all.
Is she going back there?
Nah, man, I ain't never letting her go back.
I sure don't blame you, man. I do not blame you for that.
So today, we normally we were running around with some voting topics last show. But a great thing, man. We got somebody on tap today.
It's nothing like having one of the candidates.
One of the candidates on.
Put the pressure on him tonight to find out exactly
thank you for allowing me to be here today.
how he's gonna make our lives better.
And Ross, in the judiciary, is getting ready to get a good legal mind.
Yes.
I mean, one of those, man, Ross and I go a long way back. I mean, in 2000, when I started practicing, when I took the bar to get ready to start practicing, Ross and I was doing that same thing, neophytes trying to figure it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here we are, 22 years later, man, and we still doing this thing and we still surviving.
That's absolutely.
I mean, Ross has done numerous criminal trials, numerous jury verdicts, numerous matters where he's got wrongfully convicted people, back on the streets. I mean, he's a significant advocate for just people's rights. And so we need that kind of candidate on the bench because they see that fairness.
No question about it.
Ross, tell the people about yourself, Ross.
Well, first of all, the accolades you give me it's humbling, and I appreciate that. But we came up the hard way. We had to learn this craft, if you will. So originally, of course, I joined the military, and that's another thing that's a commonality.
It is.
All
really.
of us, all
all three of us, yes, we're all veterans, so
Yes.
you know how that is, and we're all enlisted people.
Yes.
Yes, so went in at 17, went to California, served in the Navy, did my 4 years honorably, got out, went to Middle Tennessee because I was looking for an inexpensive college that had a meal card. I mean,
They know what a meal card is.
a
meal card.
I grew to love the place. It was in Murfreesboro, Middle Tennessee State. Grew to love the place. Then came here in 1997, and Memphis just embraced me. The first day I got here, I remember coming here. My dorm room wasn't prepared, and didn't have anywhere to stay. I thought I was going to stay in my truck that night. But by the time we got to about 6 o'clock, I already had a place to stay, had a meal in a corner, and somewhere to lay my head until my dorm. So Memphis basically embraced me. Went to the University of Memphis. That was a struggle, but it was a struggle that was worth it. Passed the bar, and I believe we got the results. That was May of 2001. And immediately started a private practice, hung my own shingle.
Right.
Practiced for 15 years in private practice. Then magical thing happened. The children, they got grown. And they went on to school, and they moved on to bigger and better things. But after that, became a federal public defender. Did that for 2 years, and I presently serve as a Shelby County Assistant Public Defender, where I've been doing that. I just love serving the people of Memphis. Now, along the way, of course, yes, major cases, handled them criminally and civilly. I've handled in the civil arena, handled major, bus accidents, and I, you taught me a lot. I must admit, but, I had one civil case that lasted, I was in private practice for 15 years. That one case lasted 11 years. As far as criminal work, it's always been a passion. I've had over 100 jury trials, 75 of which reached a verdict. I am the only candidate that has defended people from death penalty in Shelby County. I'm the only one that has earned a not guilty verdict in a death penalty case. Handled federal matters. I practiced in federal court, criminal court for 10 years. So I have a pretty extensive amount of experience, but mainly the reason I'm running, I just love Memphis. Memphis has done so much for me, done so much for my family, and I think I want to continue serving the people of Memphis.
What people have a tendency to not realize, Jerome, and maybe I'm wrong in it, the bench needs more people that can relate to the everyday person.
No question there.
I mean, because what happens if you get on the bench and, you don't know nothing but this?
That's right. That's right.
Because, if you don't know nothing but this, then you don't understand, people's struggles. Judges, man, I remember, and I don't know, you probably know this better than I do because I don't do much over there. But, one of the things that when, I think it was Judge Joe Brown was over on the bench, one of his claims to fame was crafting things that made sense for the potential criminal.
That's right.
And, you need judges that are not going to be, just in a box and think in a box.
Oh yeah. And it's funny that you mentioned Joe, because he had unique, punishment methods. I didn't really call them punishment methods. Of course, I caught Joe very much on the end of his time here in Shelby County, but they were teaching methods. He would have people, go wash cars for a couple of weeks. Stand outside and, to the young man that stole something from a convenience store. Stand outside holding a sign saying, I'm a thief. But there were lessons in, humiliating, sure.
Yeah.
But if you can catch, it's an alternative form of punishment. I'm running for criminal court 6. That's the drug court. Now, yes, there are drug dealers. They need to be punished and dealt with accordingly. However, you shouldn't punish people for addictions. There's treatment available. There's all types of alternative courses versus just locking someone up.
Yeah, I'm glad you just said that, because a judge has the ability, instead of doing some sentencing, they could, I shouldn't say sentencing, but I guess just putting somebody in jail, they could order some type of treatment program.
Sure. You have treatment programs, you have diversionary programs that I feel should be modified, but for the most part, you have the structure in place. I just believe some of it can be tweaked. Okay. Just as far as how they evaluate who should get drug treatment, things of that nature. Now, my plan is to just improve on the structure that already exists in Shelby County. The drug court can be a viable, there's 2 courts. There's one downstairs. This is the criminal court drug court. The drug court can be a viable asset in getting people's lives straight and on the right track, making them, productive citizens.
Right.
And that's ultimately my goal.
Yeah, and like, I'm glad you said that. Nobody is condoning somebody being a drug dealer, obviously.
Of course not.
Right.
But if you got people that have addictions, people need help. Like you say, addictions come in many forms. Shucks, you could be addicted to Pepsi Cola. Obviously that's probably not illegal.
Right.
That's true.
But
if you have diabetes, you got a problem.
Yeah, exactly. But it's recognizing that somebody has that addiction and they need some kind of help. And I think the problem, Jerome, and maybe I'm wrong, is, sometimes people, we always talk about that black robe syndrome. They get on the bench at that high level and they forget they can't see that, these people need help.
Right.
How do you prevent that mentality? And I know that's a tough question.
Well, I have a real simple answer to that, though. It's kind of, I just consider myself just a regular dude, okay? And I've told people that support this campaign, and I've told my family and, my daughters, if I ever say this sentence, and I despise this sentence when people say it, and I've been a lawyer for over 20 years, do you know who I am? If I ever say that to someone, the next day I quit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm just a guy that has a job.
Yeah, and it's, we joke about that sometimes.
All the time. Yes, sir.
Because I say this, and I truly believe this. If you see me Saturday, Sunday, or any weekday, you would swear I'm a bum. You would swear I'm a bum.
I know what you mean.
I mean, because I most of the time I got this old raggedy 2000 truck that I drive. Don't have no air in it. My wife won't even get in it with it.
Right.
It don't have no air in it.
Right.
But it's cool, and my kids always get on me because I walk on the back of my heel, on my back of my shoes, and I forget to put lotion on, so my ankles are ashy. So my kids give me a hard time.
I understand.
Oh, Darrell. I'm moving out of the picture with you.
Amen. But that's
that's just who you are, man.
Well, and the key is,
Yes.
am I a black man, or am I a lawyer that's a black man? And so I identify with the former more
Right.
so than the latter.
That's right. That's right.
That's the reason why on Monday when I'm not at work, this is my uniform.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I don't, when I go to church, I don't wear a suit and tie because I'm not doing anything different. This is a uniform.
I understand.
So when I go somewhere, I don't want to put this uniform on.
And it's funny that you mentioned that. That's the same way, because I look at this as just like the guy at Walmart with the blue vest on.
Yeah.
This is the same deal.
Yeah.
I wake up, this is what I put on. But as well as I do, a lot of times when we run into our peers, let's say downtown, you're in your Timbs and your boots and your jeans
Yeah.
and a T-shirt, you're almost like glass. They can't see you.
Exactly. They don't, and that's why, and it's funny you say that, they don't see us if we not in court.
Sure.
That's right.
Sure. And
you
there's
know,
no, not faulting anybody.
No, I mean,
But
you know,
it is remarkable.
yeah, I mean, you know, Ralph Ellison said it well. You know, sometimes invisibility, it's a different invisibility.
Yeah, it's remarkable. But at this point, do I understand it? No, but this is what people see most of the time.
It is. It
And
is.
It's just like I said. That's just part of the work.
Yeah.
I go home. You're right. I'm out. T-shirt,
Yeah.
jeans.
Yeah.
You know, ball cap.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Man, I'm bumming it, man.
So
Yeah.
I understand. But just like I said, if this ever so-called goes to my head, next day I'm out.
And plus, we can talk trash to you. You know, like,
Exactly.
hey, dog, I remember when.
Exactly.
You know, but I mean, you know, I got to tell you, man, there are few people that, you know, for the first time, and you're a first-time candidate.
Yes.
And there's a few people, man, that are running as first-time candidates, man. I'm telling you, I'm happy to see those people running.
Without a doubt, there.
I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
this is one of the elections that I'm seeing people run. That I'm like, wow.
Right.
I mean, these are good people.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I go, so I'm like, man, yo, this my guy.
Right,
You know,
exactly, yeah.
so, you know, this is, you know,
Appreciate that so much.
I mean, man, I'm going to give it to you. I mean, once you become judge, man, you know, I'm going to feel like, even though I will never want to be a judge, because I mean, I can't, there's some things I'm a hunter. You know, I'm a competitor. And once you put on a black robe, that competition stops
Yeah,
because you're supposed to be, you know, I give you my best argument, Jerome give you his best argument, you're supposed to determine which way the law goes.
Apply
That's
the
exactly
law,
right.
Yeah,
and keep
you
it-
know.
And you know, I haven't said much tonight, guys, because I want the spotlight to be on the man. But I am so excited to see you young guys come to the forefront. You know, this is almost my 30th year.
Wow.
So I got 10 years on you guys. And so when I first came into general sessions and criminal court, there were absolutely no black judges hardly on the bench at that time, nor were there any black prosecutors. So I'm excited to see the change come about because we used to call it the pit over there in General Sessions Court, where most of the people are just crowded in, and they all look like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you have that scenario, you need to have people on the bench who reflect the public that's coming before them, because I want to feel that I've been heard, and I feel like I'm heard if I see someone who looks like me, not necessarily in my court, but across the hall in the other court. When I come out of there, I want to make sure, I want to be sure that I've been heard and I've been given a good chance to have my case decided justly. So we can get rid of the statement about it's just us
Right.
in court.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm excited about you guys, young guys coming along.
Yeah,
I
man.
feel good about where the legal field is going.
Yeah.
It's remarkable because of course, this is primarily where I practice, but I've had cases, out of state, Georgia, Illinois, elsewhere. And it's remarkable the number of African American judges and African American lawyers that are in Memphis. You just have to be honest about it.
It is. I mean,
You'll get kind of, you'll get misled. You'll leave, go into a different jurisdiction.
That's right.
And you're, that one person.
Why are you on the other side of that bridge?
Well, absolutely.
Right.
Because the bar it come and ask you, you're supposed to be on the other side.
Right. yeah.
I'm a
yeah.
lawyer.
Right.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Right.
And,
And don't get it, don't get it twisted. I have had that experience
Yes.
where, especially, I guess when I was a lot younger and a lot more, let me make up a word, baby faced.
did you have hair then?
No. No, I haven't had hair since, but I remember certain judges that was like, where's your lawyer at? And
Right,
they have to
right.
say,
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Even though that's not what I want to say. Excuse me, Your Honor.
course, yeah.
I am the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for my client XYZ.
Yeah.
And so a little bit of that was there too,
Yeah.
but we have a remarkably strong bar here.
Yes.
we do.
Yes.
We do.
Especially National Bar Association, Ben Hook's chapter, very strong bar, and very, good representation. So you get spoiled being here.
Right, right, exactly.
Oh no, I know that's for certain.
And there you all over the country too practicing, right?
Unfortunately, more than I want to be, but
Right.
yeah, but I mean, and I tell people, because one of the things that I do is when I'm not in Memphis or Shelby County, I'm somewhere else. And I've been home cooked even in Tennessee. I'm talking about as close as Dyersburg, Chattanooga. I mean, Hamilton. I mean, O'Brien. I mean, I've been home cooked, but and
Williamson.
So
Rutherford County.
Just because you in Tennessee don't mean you ain't gonna get home cooked.
Right.
I'm talking about Shelby County.
Shelby
County, a lot more success here. But yes.
But whenever I go somewhere, and this is disgusting, I go wherever with the mentality that I'm going to be home cooked. Mm-hmm. And so I prepare my record and prepare my file for the appeal. Because I write my own appeals.
Right.
So I prepare for that next level.
Right.
Because you're gonna get it. You're gonna get cooked.
Oh, and and it's funny, after the years of practice, you realize you're not really talking to the judge. You're talking to the record. Mm-hmm. Okay, all of your words, the words that you say, you're just talking to the record. You're not talking to the judge. So, especially if this judge is concentrated on cooking you, don't just concentrate on cooking that record. But it takes years to figure that out, though.
And and that's the, the beauty for people. I mean, and like me, I go a lot of places. I talk to a lot of people. I do a lot of different events because. And I told you, man, when, I grew up in the bottom, man.
Right, yeah.
Dog, it ain't a neighborhood in Shelby County, Memphis, that's like my neighborhood. It's
no, there.
Man.
It's pretty rough here. I think about it all the time.
Man, this guy came to my mom's house where I grew up, and he said, "You grew up here?" Because he was like, "Man, I don't see that."
Yeah.
But when people grow up, and they can relate, and then things go around and things change, it makes them a better judge, man. And I think that's one of the things that you have, that well-roundedness. Traveling, in the military, because the Navy allows you to travel. That's one of the good things about the Navy. And then just being able to see different walks of life makes you be able to understand and relate to those different walks of life.
You said a mouthful. I've experienced, living in a house that didn't have lights on, but you got good neighbors, and they'll let you run that extension cord over. I remember learning how to cut the lights back on until they put that big lock on it to stop you from doing that after the third time.
Cutting the water back on.
So,
been there, done that.
So started from the bottom. I know what it's like. I know what the effect of poverty. Okay, but I also know the drive that poverty gives you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay?
That's right. I like
that.
But
it just takes a spark.
I like that.
It takes a spark. I wasn't an academic when I was in high school. You probably couldn't graduate with the GPA I had. It would be illegal.
But that's inspiring, because we often talk about what does it take to be a lawyer. And it just takes a made-up mind that this is what I want. I'm determined to succeed despite the odds. And so that's why Darrell and I, we'll go to churches, we'll go anywhere, and we invite these kids or adults who haven't quite decided where they want to go to let them know that there is a way to the top.
And
it starts with made-up mind.
And it's just, I went through the programs for, poor youth, where you go to school 5 in the morning till 10, and then you go wash dishes over at the junior high school or whatever. Did that for 9th grade and 10th grade or whatever. Did the programs where you learn how to interview and put on a shirt, keep nap your neck clean. You know what I'm saying? But it just took. I remember the guy's name. It was this guy, George W. Moss. That's in my high school. And he was, black historian. So just reading and just learning, okay, we're not going to do those multiple choice tests that you use, we're not going to do those again. You need to write. Think about what you're doing. So I didn't know it at the time. I said, I'm 15. But later, I understood what he was talking about, and of course, you know, your grandmother's prayers and those things.
Oh man, grandmama prayer was
Yeah.
was big.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually, it clicks.
Well, you know, I got about a minute and a half, and Ross, I want you to tell the people, I want you to tell those people why they should vote for you.
Well, one, you should vote for me because I have the most experience as far as trials go. That's running in this race. I've tried, like I said, over 100 cases. 75 went to trial, but I actually care what happens to the people of Memphis and Shelby County. It would be unfortunate. We have candidates in this race that have never stepped foot in criminal court. That's okay. The only qualifications you need to have to run for judge are, just a law degree and be 30 years old. But you don't want someone that has not dealt with the complex legal matters that come up in the criminal court, that has never done an appeal, that has never argued before the Tennessee Supreme Court or the Court of Appeals, that have, just never ran a case up and down the chain. That would be unfortunate. And I think the people of Memphis and Shelby County, they deserve better. And I intend to humbly serve this community, just like I have for my entire career.
Yeah, my man, you can't get no better. Again, like I said, when I talked to Ross and, Ross said, hey, man, I'll come on your show. He maybe thought he was doing me a favor, but I think he was doing me a favor. Because
exactly.
I think people need to see who he is.
That's right.
Know what he is, know what he brings to the table,
That's right.
and know why they should vote for him.
That's right.
So, again, I think we down to, okay. So I'm always looking at the cat.
No question about it, man.
So, look, thank you for watching the show. Early voting is right now.
That's right.
So
Started
you can
today.
Started today. So
Yeah.
you can go out and early vote, and you can go early vote at any location.
That's right.
It doesn't matter where you normally vote at. And then the election is August the 4th.
That's right.
So Ross is looking for your vote. Support him. Division 6.
Yep.
And where's your victory party going to be held at?
The victory party will be at 605 Poplar Avenue. And remember, vote Sampson for 6.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you next week.
I'm JB Smiley Jr. I grew up singing this song in church. You may know it as well. While the melodies may differ, in one of the poorest zip codes in the state. But my shot out was perfecting this shot and going to college on both an academic and basketball scholarship. Then I got a law degree to help give back, and I am proudly serving my community on the Memphis City Council. I decided to run for governor. Right now, there are too many shots fired, not enough shots given, and too few shots for our young people to reach their full potential. As governor, I will reduce crime by implementing a robust community policing program. I will encourage folks across this state to do right by each other. That means getting vaccinated. And I will make it a priority to give our young people a real shot at success. So today, I'm hoping you all will come and go with me. Let's go build a better Tennessee together.